So, Karakai Jouzu no Takagi-san is a slice of life comedy, and romantic anime, and so far, it is surprisingly entertaining, despite how simplistic its premise and its foundation is. To summarize the plot of the whole shtick of this anime is that Takagi-san, the main heroine, likes the hero likes each other, but they kinda wishy-washy about them. And Takagi-san always flirt with him and makes fun of him and tease him. And and the hero, on the other hand, tries to outsmart her, tries to take revenge on her for always making fun of him, but he also likes her. And because the hero is very dumb and dim-witted, Takagi-san always outsmarted him, and that's the that's the bulk of the comedy. As in, the huge part of the comedy is that how Takagi-san always outsmart him and makes him looks very foolish, and at the same time, she kinda flirts with him. And that's it. That's the whole 5 episodes. There's no actual overarching story. There's no real character development so far, and I'm surprisingly entertained. I think it's because that each chapters of the anime itself, even though I'm surprised that each episode is 20 minutes long, because I think because when I first read the summary and watched the first episode, I thought that this will get very tiring very quickly, and I thought that by episode 3 I will get bored, just like uh, Ramen Daisuke Koizumi-san, but I did not. I think it's because each scenes are well crafted. It also helps that Takagi-san's voice actor is very good. Her. I really like her voice. I think it's not necessarily that her voice is good, but how her voice is directed, how she plays Takagi-san. This is something that I sometimes talk about to my friends, that it's not necessarily about voice quality. It's about how you drive the voice. Like another example is in Hibike Euphonium and in Hoseki no Kone, the main characters, the Kumiko and Foss, voiced by the same voice actor. How she voice the characters makes the character feels more makes the character feels living. It's not just another simple anime character, but feels that they are living characters, something like that. I think I'm gonna talk about this in other occasion, but in Takagi-san, I think how the voice actor carries Takagi-san's voice is very good, and it's one factor that contributes to me liking this, because after all, most of the conversation dialogues in this anime is Takagi-san's and the hero's voice, so it really helps that to have a good voice. Like in every other shaft monogatari anime, it really helps to have a good voice actors to carry a very dialogue heavy anime. And this, even though this is has a very silly premise, simplistic and silly premise, but I think so far in this whole 5 episodes, it's been done well. In fact, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Tuesday is my Takagi-san night, and I want to watch more because I kinda really like Takagi-san, and I really like the comedy, even though it's repetitive. If you don't like, I will. I mean, I understand if people say this is very boring. This is very repetitive. But for me, I find this very charming. And not to mention, I think Takagi-san's design is very, how should I say this? It's very fitting. It's a very rare case of me of really liking the character design, and I feel like the character design is integral towards the overall atmosphere. This anime would not work if the art style and character design is like a generic, uh, uh, colorful hair kind of anime art style, something like a typical modern like novel art style. Oh my god, it's so noisy outside. And but the more simplistic, the more classic style of this of the art really works with the comedy style. And the animation quality itself is and the colors are all pretty solid. There's nothing really to complain about. It fits well. It fits well with the comedy with everything else. It meshes well. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, if you enjoyed the first one and two episode of Takagi-san, I really recommend you to watch more. But if you just watch one episode and get bored and don't want to watch it, I understand. But for me, this is another rare case of me really liking. This is another case of me. How should I say this? Like an anime that is not necessarily good, but I really enjoy. I find it charming. Anyways, later.